Okay. Hello, dear friends. Good morning. Such a beautiful, beautiful morning. First, a heartfelt thank you for anyone who support, who brave enough to come to my video chat, Zoom interview, and I am sincerely grateful. I am so new to this, and I'm not so good, but people just let's welcome our friend from London. Okay. Oh, this is so good. Let's see. I think we are recording. Hello, dear friends. Such a beautiful, beautiful morning outside in my backyard. And with me, this wonderful lady from the other side of the pond. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi. Hello, dear friends.
Oh,
Hello, Hyings, dear friends. I'm Bansi, and I am a huge fan of you, Hying. I feel like I'm meeting a celebrity, a wonderful celebrity and friend, even though this is the first time we've spoken. Doesn't it feel that way? I love it.
oh, that's so good. So we will just have a chat about life, about everything. How
Yeah.
did you find my channel? And what is the reason to bring you?
Mm. I found your channel, maybe around 10 years ago. Yeah. I was doing my master's degree, and I can only apologize if you hear sirens, but I was doing my master's degree in international law, and I was in the library stressing out. And then I somehow, I don't know how, and I came on to one of your videos of you grinding ink and humming. And I have been hooked ever since. Ever since then, I found that very relaxing. It was also really nice to just listen to you. And I know obviously you're Chinese, and I have been fortunate enough to be around a lot of people who have come from China here in England. And so it felt very comfortable, very nice to listen to you talking about your culture. And then of course you've got French in the background. And I also learnt French here. And more than anything, I think it was just listening to you. And like everybody says, it's your energy and your vibe, and it's your positivity and your creativity and your zest for life that I think inspires me, has kept me going all these years. You know, I'm now a lawyer, and um but it's just nice to kind of always come back to you like a friend. Um and that's how I've come to know you, and you've made it such a comfortable atmosphere that I felt like I could reach out to you and say, can we chat like this, even though
yeah,
it's not in person. So
this is so touching. I never thought about, yes, even if now I see friends, I still do not feel this is real. You know, I studied international law and I go a total different track of life.
mm,
And you talk about zest of life. We learn something, and sometimes we do something totally different in life.
yes, yeah,
And it is actually this zest for life and this curiosity bring me what make your life rich, your zest for life, your interest, hobby. anything that brings your life balanced and fun.
It's interesting because I have struggled with that question a lot,
Yeah.
especially over the last few years. Often in life, it's the same sort of story. You go to school and to university, and then you start working, and you might do other things, but that generally is the way it goes. And for me, that's definitely how it happened. I studied law, qualified, and I've been working. And I actually don't work in a law firm anymore. I now work in-house. I work for a company. But I think over those years, I actually never wanted to be a lawyer. It wasn't part of my plan. It just became that way. I thought I was a creative person, and I don't think I really am. And so I struggled with with my spirit in terms of what I was actually doing in my day-to-day life, and then what I would have liked to have done. And and also the fact that I don't have enough time to do the things that I want to do because of my work. But saying that, in terms of bringing me balance, as I get older, I've always found it's the smaller things in life, small happiness, right? And that can be anything. So for me, that will be reading. Like, I've got a lot of books. I love to read. I love to take care of plants. It will be very small things. It can be anything. It can be writing. I like to keep a journal and just write. Or it could be taking a walk. But I think those are the sorts of things that I do, and I've come to really appreciate that actually these are my small happinesses. This is what gives me joy, what brings balance, what brings me peace. It might not necessarily be my purpose in life. I don't know what my purpose in life is, but that's what I would say is what I am currently doing. And then I've got a list of things that I would love to do. It's always like that, isn't it? I don't know if it's the same for you, but you constantly want to do this, that, and the other. I want to learn how to sew, for example. Can you sew, Haiying?
No, I do not sew. This is something that is so far from me. Wow.
I know. I would love to sew, or I would love to I quite like woodworking. I love watching videos of people work with wood, and I love it. So or things like that. Anything actually, things that you can use your hands with.
Exactly. Yeah.
I love it. And I think those people who have talent, people like you, I'm completely jealous because I wish I had the same sort of talent. Unfortunately, I don't, but I can just be an observer instead.
It's so interesting when you talk about changing ideas, and I think our life comes as a wave, comes and goes. Yesterday, I was cleaning up my books and things. I found so many beautiful books. I need to come back to painting again, right? Since I think heaven knows that it's a time to go to another direction, or it's a time to do something else. Never afraid. Try something until you try them all, or try more things. You can find your final strength. Right?
Yeah, I completely agree. And I think actually on the idea of waves, I also think our lives are like circles as well.
Yes.
There's always, I don't think there's anything such as beginning or end. I think it constantly goes round, and you might find that you come back to things. Just like you said, you come back to things that you might have put to the side. And I actually think it's because your spirit just knows. It knows when things are right for you and things are wrong
Yes.
for you, or it doesn't quite
Mm.
fit right
Yeah.
now for
Yeah.
you, or it's not bringing you joy.
Yeah.
I used to write a lot of poetry,
Mm.
or wasn't, I don't know if I was any good, but I used to write it. And then 5, 6, 7 years, I stopped writing
Mm.
completely.
Mm.
And it's because I just couldn't bring the words out
Mm.
or sit with it.
Mm.
And that's okay. You can't get sad about that. You can't feel as though I used to be able to do it. Why can't I do it
Mm.
anymore? But I think you just have to be patient with yourself and give
Yes.
yourself time. And
Yes.
then when you're back in the space that you
Yeah.
need to be, when your spirit's back in that place, and you can come back to it, and then you
Yeah.
can rise again. And I think that's how it often is as well.
I so need this encouragement now. Not really lost that interest in painting. I stopped for 1 month or a week or
Mm,
something. Just do not feel it. And a lot of things, when you pick up, you refine the love and you go to another deeper level.
yeah,
You have something that bring you back, that you
yeah,
stopped and then come back and then go to another deeper level, such as
yeah.
poetry. Life
Yes,
give you much more profound thoughts and
yeah.
ideas, right?
Yes, absolutely. And you can come back to it with a
Mm,
different lens or a different
mm,
perception,
mm.
and you end up being more grateful, I think, as
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
Yeah, I think it's also the same for relationships. You know,
yes,
when you're growing up, you're a mother, aren't you? So maybe you see it now, but even with me and my parents, for example, growing up, there's always that sort of push and pull, and you might not get along in the way that you wish you could, or whatever it might be. But time and growth and maybe a bit of separation, not necessarily in a bad way, but just like a
yeah,
healthy kind of
yes,
absence, then
yes,
you can come together and you can then have a stronger bond. And I feel the same with with my parents, for example. When I moved out, and then I come back home. I often come back home to see
yeah,
them.
yeah,
Um, and it's always so much more nicer
yes,
because of the kind of separation bit.
yes,
And I think
yes,
that's the same. It's the
yes,
same with anything you love.
yes.
Giving yourself a bit of space sometimes
Mm.
can help you appreciate it more when you get back to it.
Yeah, that is so true. Yes, yes. Whenever my family travel coming back, all my kids goes back to school. When they stay too long, it just every day, these small things, there is a lot of conflict, frictions,
Mm.
and without it, it's so much smoother, and it just make us even stronger, right? Yeah.
Of course. I think everyone needs space and you
Yeah.
should give yourself time for it. And actually, Hein, you're very good at doing that. I think you've encouraged me to do that more
Yeah.
as well.
Mm,
You often go out
mm,
and just even with you taking walks in
yeah.
nature,
Yeah.
or even if you go to a museum or whatever you end up doing, you're spending
Yes.
that time for yourself,
Yes.
for your soul,
Yes.
and for your mind. And I think
Yeah.
that's so wonderful for
Yeah.
you to do.
Yeah.
It's very inspiring.
Yeah.
I would love to do it more,
Hmm.
but and I wonder if you can give me a bit of advice. I
Mm,
often struggle
mm,
with just going outside.
hmm.
And I think it's because I don't know why, to be honest. But just convincing myself to go outside
Mm,
and go
mm.
takes a bit of kind of, I have to really force myself sometimes, and I don't know how to get over that.
Exactly. Exactly. I have the same thing. When you do not have a purpose, you
Mm,
cannot go, including going outside.
mm,
I need a bottle of soya sauce. I have to go. Then this is a purpose. I need a chapstick. Try to find every day, have something you are missing. So you can go shop. You can go to different places. From going to the grocery store, you see the things, you see the road, and then you take a turn to other places.
Yeah.
The other day, I was thinking, life is too satisfied. We do not need to buy new food. We do not need to buy new clothes, new things. We do not have that demand, but you have to create something.
Yeah.
Another thing, my family help. Where do I go? They will say, go to east or go to west. And then you need you are in this balance. You need some lever to push
Yes.
you here and there. Let
Yeah.
tell you something. Let some funny things, some yes or no, those kind of things help you something. But most importantly, just going out for small things, going out when people do not notice you, try to find a time that is more comfortable and try to find not a fancy place you need to dress up. No, not going to those places. Go to a country walk, go to a sidewalk. It's more comfortable. Once you go there and start to explore, take some pictures,
Yeah.
that's the reward. The
Yes.
reward is something, the evidence so pretty. Next time you go, take the same plant picture 2 days later, how it looks. Things like these small things can trigger us. And another thing, I like to go to different place. But actually, there are just this many of interesting place, right? So
Yeah.
try to think, how about another corner of the same place?
Yeah.
Try to discover something new of the old familiar place.
Yes, that's a very good idea.
Yeah.
And I like the idea of also maybe taking pictures of progression. So,
Yeah.
obviously we're in springtime now. This
Yeah.
is the best time, maybe if I see one plant, taking a picture to see
Yeah.
the flowers grow and things like that. That's a very good idea. And I think that's something that I'll I'll try to do.
Okay, let's make it fun and spicy. Okay, some short, cute questions.
Go on.
Do you believe in love at first sight?
Mm. Oh, no. No, 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 no. I think I believe in lust at first sight. I think you can absolutely be attracted to somebody straight away.
Hmm.
Um, I think love at first sight, no. No, no, no. It has to grow. It has to grow, I think. Um, it's hard as well because also separately to that, I think it's very easy to fall in love. I think you can actually fall in love with many people,
Yeah,
but it's very difficult to stay in love.
yeah.
I think that's what it is. But love at first sight? No, I wish, but no,
So
no, I don't think.
interesting, so interesting when we have different idea, different opinions.
Why
Okay,
do you believe in love at first
I
sight?
do, I do, I do.
Do you?
Yes, yes, this
Is that
happened to
because you've
me.
experienced it?
I am always, when I fell in love, I go for it. And 30 years.
Oh,
Ah,
oh, do you know, but I love a love story. I
yeah,
love a love story. I,
yeah,
I
yeah,
believe in love. I do. I
yeah,
truly believe in love.
yeah.
But are you telling me the first time you saw your husband, was it love or was it an attraction? Did you fall in love?
Attraction,
Yeah.
attraction, attraction. And then I think even at the end of the evening, it was a dance party. At the end of the evening, I start to feel this is something. The whole week, I start to feel something. And then the whole month, my brain totally cannot function. Yeah.
Oh, I love
That
that.
story, we will talk about it
That's fine. That's
privately.
fine. But
Privately. But
I love that. 30
yeah,
years. Well done.
yeah, yeah,
Congratulations.
yeah, yeah. Sometimes things happen for a reason. Maybe it's not time. Before that, it was not happening, but that was really happening. Yeah.
I hope so for myself as well. I hope for myself as well. My gosh, it's feeling difficult right now.
Patience. Heaven will bring the right person, the right house, the right partner, the right things, the right job. You can start to feel that something you work hard until one day all the accumulation of your effort will come into something true and right for you. If
Thank
you have $1 million or if you have
you.
countless money, what do you do?
Of course, I've already thought of this before. Don't we all wish that? Don't we? Haven't we all thought of it?
Yes, why we are
Um,
so prepared for it already?
I
I'm
think of it
sorry.
every day. Every day I'm thinking if I had all the money in the world. For me, if I had all the money in the world, it always starts like this. I've thought it through. I'm very practical. So it would be sorting out any debts. I don't really have any, but for me, my family,
Yeah, yeah.
then that's all done. And then buying a house in many countries. And then I would spend it mainly on two things, travel and however I can help people. That's how I would want to do it.
Oh, so
Yes.
wonderful, so wonderful. Oh, this is so
Why?
good.
What
So
would you like to do if you had all the money in the world?
I never thought about it. Maybe I buy a car for my husband, buy him a gift, and that's it. I do not need money. Yeah.
Well done. You're right. You don't need money to be happy, so
Right? I did I have roof, I have food.
exactly.
And with or without it, it does not make any difference. What is your favorite meal? Favorite food?
Oh, so I've become vegan.
Oh,
Um, and I eat a lot of tofu. I have it all the time. I love it. And I like to have it sticky tofu and just with some like peppers and onions and spices. And that's my favorite. I like to eat it all the time.
oh gosh. Okay, from now on, I will start to cook more tofu.
Oh,
Let's cook
please.
together. Yes.
Yes.
Spicy or not spicy? Do you
I
like
see.
spicy food? You like?
Yeah, I
Oh,
do.
wow.
Oh, yeah, I do. I am Indian, so I think it's a I think it's just a cultural thing. Spices
Oh,
are part of
yes, of
our
course, of course. Paneer is not
yes.
paneer is not vegan, right?
No,
No,
because
it's yeah,
it's cheese-like, so it's made
yes.
out of milk. But I often cook Indian food
Mm.
where if the recipe says paneer, I then use
So
tofu
yes,
instead. Yeah.
yes, and the texture and everything looks the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. What make you happy?
Talking to you, of course. Talking to you, listening to you, watching
It
your
makes you so.
channel. Of course, that makes me extremely, honestly, it does actually make me happy. Very, very happy. Other things, I don't know. Often it's like I said earlier on in the conversation, it's small happinesses.
Exactly. Yeah,
It doesn't take me much to become
yeah,
happy.
yeah.
It's just, little things make me happy.
You know, it's so fun. This kind of everyday question, but suddenly coming out, you speak it out. It shows so much of a person. You are such a kind person.
Oh,
Yeah. Uh, and you
you're
are
very sweet.
considerate, buy a house for the family, paying off. That is so, oh my gosh, I love you.
Oh, isn't that
Anyone
boring?
who find you will be lucky.
Oh, you are the sweetest. You are the sweetest. But don't you think I'm very boring? I often think I'm quite a boring
No, no,
person.
no, no, no. It's fun. It's fun. Yes, everyone is different. Everyone is different.
Mm.
Yeah. What make you angry?
What makes
What?
me angry?
Yeah.
Mm,
Mm.
I don't get too angry anymore.
Mm.
I, I I try not to anyway. I don't think it's really anger. I
Mm.
think I can get irritated.
Mm.
You know, when I'm having IT problems and I
Oh
can't
yeah.
get that always brings me
Yeah.
a little irritation. Or people, people can as well. People can. My mother can, but I don't think it's main. As yeah, no, I don't know. I don't really get angry as such. Um, yeah, and if I do, it doesn't last either. It's very quick,
Yeah,
very
yeah,
quick.
yeah. That's silly questions. Thank you so, so, so very much to open up. I am starting to think these kind of things that chat will become more and more interesting with these pop-up questions here and there.
I think
It's
it's
more
great.
fun, right?
Definitely,
Thank
definitely.
you. Thank
I
you
have
for
a question for
accommodating.
you. I
Yes,
have a
please.
question. Go on,
Yeah,
Naing.
yeah.
Where's the next place that you would like to travel to? Three countries, top three countries that you would like to go to.
Okay. Any country I like to go, and this time I was thinking go to Montenegro.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Yes, this is one place, and my family wants to go to Spain,
Mm.
and I think I want to go to Africa,
Oh
the big
yes.
continent Africa. And as for country, I have no
No
idea up to
idea.
now. I say Ethiopia or Egypt or North or East
Mm,
or
yeah,
South Africa. I just feel it's so far from me. I have never been.
yeah.
Another,
I've never been. I've
yeah,
never been.
yeah.
Yeah, I would
And
like to go to Tanzania. I think
oh
that would be.
yes, yes, yes,
Mm.
yes.
And no, go on. Sorry, you
Yeah,
go.
and I like to go to the place that is not so many travel pictures taken, and to
Yes.
see Uzbekistan is always. I heard there is a blue mosque or something. It's so beautiful, the history.
Mm.
Yeah, all this.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would, I actually, so I'm hoping,
Mm.
fingers crossed, I'd like to go to Shanghai this year.
Yeah.
I do have some friends that live there in
Mm.
Shanghai, Beijing, and Hong Kong, and hoping to see them.
Mm.
So I'd like to do that. I really want to go to Jordan. Have you been to Jordan?
I so want to go there. There was a
Right?
restaurant, Jordan restaurant, with beautiful pictures and the food, just so
Yeah.
interesting. Yes,
Yes,
yes.
Jordan
Oh,
is definitely somewhere. And maybe Cuba. Yeah. I think the
I
idea,
need to write it down. Next time I will do this.
yeah,
Jordan,
travel,
Cuba.
I think travel is a really good question.
Yes, yes, always. Yes,
Always.
always, always make us imagine and think. Yeah. Mm. And
Yes.
that, and know new people, know different places. It's so eye-opening,
Yes.
so eye-opening. It's everyone eat a bowl of rice, eat a bowl of food, right? You can only eat one. You go have big house, small house, whatever condition, smile is
Yeah.
an international language.
Yeah.
Us. I want to
I
see
think
that.
you know what, that's such a good point that you've made. Always sometimes think about this because I also like to meet people from all over the world. And I love seeing our similarities, you know, cultural similarities. And I even with the differences, I'm like, oh, okay, but I can still relate to you, you know, and I love it. I think it's such a wonderful, I mean, we are all humans, so it's such a wonderful way to connect, right? Connections are so important. So,
Do you think we connect with heart fundamentally? It's
yeah,
actually from heart. Sometimes you can see people do not speak the language and they communicate and they just have that touch. Yeah.
yes, heart and energy. You
Yes.
can,
Oh,
people's energies as well
yes.
that you can.
Yes. Yes. Energy. I need to write it down. Take a little
Oh,
note, Jordan Cuba energy. Yes, heart and energy. Oh, this is so fun. Shall we
no.
keep on doing sometime later? When you prepare your question, I
I will
prepare
think
my.
of some questions. I'm going to
Yes,
think of questions,
exactly.
fun questions for
Yes.
you. I will make them hard.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll make them hard for you to decide. Yes, we can definitely do it again.
Yeah.
And
Mm.
if you ever come to England, to
Oh,
London, let
yes.
me know as
Yes.
well.
You are in the London area, right?
Yeah, I'm in
Okay.
London. Yeah,
Okay. Okay. This year, let's see if this year we prepare or maybe sometime later. Anyway,
never mind.
quite good. Okay.
Anytime, anytime.
Anytime. Anytime. Yes. Anytime come to California, to my territory.
Thank you. I'll have to. You make it look so beautiful in all the videos. I'll have to
Look
come.
at it.
I
Oh,
know. Actually, I was going to ask you, what are the flowers behind you?
these are bougainvillea.
Bougainvillea.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mummy's favorite. My mummy
Yeah,
loves, yeah.
right. Yes,
Mm,
in the hot weather in
yeah,
Italy, in Mediterranean. Ah,
yeah.
so good. Yeah.
And you get them in India as well, Bougainvillea.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes. I remember. I
yeah.
went to Udaipur. I went to Jaipur. Yes.
Mm,
Yeah. Anyway, how beautiful the dances.
ah.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, I'm
The
glad you had a
Bollywood
good time.
dance.
Bollywood dance. I can't dance, but it's always fun to watch. I like watching your dance as well on the catwalk. When you do the catwalk.
I will try Bollywood dance. There is an exhibition in the Asian Art Museum this week or next week. I promise you, I will do one. Yes, Bollywood exhibition.
You would be amazing at it. A wonderful dancer.
Thank you so, so, so very much. You prepare question or you ask right now?
I'll prepare some. I'll
Okay.
prepare some for you.
Oh, I am so happy, so happy. Yeah.
Me
Mm.
too. Me too. I'm so glad we did this. Thank you for taking the time out
Thank
to
you. Thank you.
to me.
Look at stunning big eyes, bright,
Oh,
shiny. Oh,
oh no, you're very sweet. You're very kind. You're very, very kind. I think kind people attract hopefully good people. So
energy, energy.
energy, exactly. Exactly that. I think I have a lot to thank you for, and I'm very grateful for you. And I'm sure
Oh,
you must know this. Surely you must know. And I hope you do anyway, because
this
I
is
think you're,
so, so touching, so touching.
I think it's true. I think you're a very unique and incredible human being because I don't think, I don't think you quite well, maybe you do realize, but I think just your whole persona, you know, this, you've got this beautiful contrast between having this soothing aspect to you, but also having this vibrant aspect to you. And in between all of that, you're very human. In even though you're very private in many parts of your life, you've also shown a lot of vulnerability and a lot of your kind of just natural thoughts. And I think that's very human, very genuine, very wonderful of you, and very brave of you to do, because, we all go through it and we all have similar thoughts. And for you to express yourself, but then look at things in a positive light, I think is so important. And then you share it as well. And I think that's why so many people are attracted to you, to your energy, to your heart. So thank you very much.
You are speaking out my goal.
Good. I'm
Thank
glad.
you. Thank you. Keep on saying it. Thank you, beautiful. You have a beautiful, beautiful day. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye. Thanks
Bye
for the
bye.